Hello and thanks for tuning in. And thanks for purchasing a DSC Gunworks 38 Super Barrel Kit. Today I'm going to give a brief installation with extractor function and adjustments with basic tools. Today what we have here is a 2020 Staccato P Tuxedo, and it currently has a 9mm barrel inside of it. So what you'll see here is these are snap caps, these are dummies. So you can see a difference in this is a 9mm and this is a 38 Super. So you can see quite a bit of difference in length in it. The 38 Super is a much more powerful round. So what you'll find on your magazine for your 2011 double stacks is you're going to see 938. The 38 is actually 38 Super. So your magazine is ready to go. So what we got here is a stock Staccato P. So there's a difference. What we're going to show you today is the difference in, we're going to show you how to install your 38 Super barrel, and there's a minor adjustment that you have to do to the extractor. The biggest reason of doing that is because the 38 Super round is right around 10,000ths of an inch bigger than a 9mm. So what you would experience if you just install the barrel is that you will have a failure to feed issue. So we're going to show you is 9mm as it's stock. Snap cap, load it in, and the extractor is able to pull it back out of the barrel. So we're going to do a quick field strip. Dawson toolless, very nice stuff. Remove the barrel. Remove the original spring. We're going to set that aside. Inside of your kit, you're going to find a barrel with a DLC coated compensator. This one happens to be a limited edition barrel, and a spring with a business card. We're here to help support if you have a problem. So what we have is a tuned spring that has been cut down and had tested the way that the gun would have cycled from the factory, tuned with the barrel. So as you see, setting the barrel in, you're going to set the length back. You're going to take the spring, put the non-cut end down as it was from the factory, load it back up, and put it in front of your face. Set that off to the side. What you're going to find with the difference is that the breech face is the same from 9mm to 38 Super. So when you take your 9mm, and Atlas has a really great video on how to adjust your extractor. So the 9mm casing it's smaller around, so it will slide up inside of the extractor and it will stay there. The 38 Super will barely go up between there. There's so much tension on the extractor right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do a extractor adjustment with just a couple of common tools that you might have laying around. You don't need any special tools for this. So the firing pin is held in by the pin stop. Those two have to come out before the extractor has to come out. So you're going to depress the firing pin. You're going to slide the plate at the same time. You're going to cover it up to keep the firing pin from flying across the room. When you get remove that, you're going to set them aside. At the breech face here, the extractor actually has a little hook, so it kind of goes into the breech face a little bit. So you can just take a little screwdriver here, and you're going to push that hook away from the breech face to get it past the breech face. Now it's ready to come out. You're going to see that there's a flat on it that's going to be pointed towards the hammer channel here. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull it back a little bit so that you're able to spin it 180 degrees. You're going to take the extractor, you're going to keep it inside of the hole. There's a hump right there. You're going to set it inside of there. And you're going to reduce tension on it. That's what you're going to do. So you're going to allow a bigger casing to go up in there. So little is better. Sometimes you might have to take it back apart and try doing it a couple times to get the right amount of tension on it. So I bent that a little bit. I'm going to set it back in. It has to guide back in the hole. The flat spot has to be lined up with the hammer slot here. You're going to take the firing pin, set it back in there. You're going to take your pin stop and start putting it in there. So as long as the extractor is flush and that flat spot's towards the inside, you're going to manipulate it a little bit with your finger here. Depress the firing pin enough so that the pin stop can actually start sliding by, and the pin stop is going to stop the firing pin from coming out of it. So then you want to test it and make sure that the firing pin is able to move. Now we're going to put it back together, and we're going to try putting a case inside of there. Get the length lined up through the hole. Get the slat lined up, put it back in, pull it back, and we're ready to test. I'm going to put one of these dummy caps in here. Still has too much tension. So we're going to manipulate the tension of the extractor a little bit more. Push the hook off the side of the breech face, pull it back, spin it 180 degrees, reduce tension. Don't have to get wild. You want to reduce tension just enough so that the bullet case, the rim of the case, is able to go past the hook on the extractor. All right, so after a couple of attempts of getting the extractor so where I think that it should be, I think that we're in our home stretch here. Looks like we got it. So a couple notes here, our DLC coated compensator on a 38 Super will have 2 windows on it. It has the same styling features as the serrations on the slide. Colored options is still 3 to 4 weeks, probably more towards 4 weeks. The coating seems to hold up pretty good on some of the feedback that we've seen out there so far. This happens to be a limited edition color and especially unique to this gun. Some questions have come in from states that have requirements for non-removable or removable compensators. So when DSC Gunworks does assemble, and what we have is we have a muzzle brake reamer, a liner, that when you put it inside of there, it lines up and makes sure that there's a perfect air gap and a perfect alignment from when the compensator is actually attached to the barrel. The compensator does not come off the barrel. It is permanently attached. This is not a setup that you're going to want to purchase thinking that you're going to put a suppressor on it, because that's not going to work. So it's pinned. It has industrial adhesive inside of here, and the threads are about 1.25 inches long. The cone design is fully supportive of the barrel when it's inside of the slide. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for buying an American-made product. Every inch of this has been designed to work as best as possible with Staccato firearms. The Staccato firearms are made in Texas, USA. So thank you very much and have a good day.